Hey drummers, it's Rob Litton here from drumstheword.com. Hope you're doing well. I haven't been around this week, so I felt guilty about that, so I thought I'd just give you a completely free lesson, teaching you an entire song from start to finish. One of my favourite bands as well, so that's cool. As suggested over on my Facebook page, this song was, so if you want to make your own song suggestions, then please go over there to do so. You'll find a link to my Facebook page beneath this video. The song is Pressure by Muse, drummed of course by the great Dominic Howard. And I've got all 3 pages of the song for you, a free PDF drum chart, which you can download from my website for free. You'll find the link beneath this video. So I have all 3 pages printed out in front of you as we go through this together. It's going to help things to make a lot more sense. So, tempo's 136 BPM, and Dom isn't really doing anything too complicated in this song, apart from those flashy drum fill bits and the band stabs. He saves his icing, drumming icing, his magic dust for certain parts of the song so they have more impact. And I like that about Dominic. He's able to sort of hold back, not overplay, but then when he needs to, or when the song requires it, he throws in something really cool. So I had to watch them play this live a few times because I couldn't quite work out what the toms were doing. It turns out it's a lot simpler than I thought from listening just to the recording. First little bit though I've written here at the top is the drums enter at 28 seconds, so the drums don't come in straight away. And also the tambourine was overdubbed throughout this song. So used during the choruses and some of the bridges, I believe you can hear like a 16th note tambourine being played. That was overdubbed. So don't get confused. Don't think that's some hi-hat part being played. That's not. That's just overdubbed tambourine. So I'm showing you what Dominic plays on the drum kit. So it starts off with the crash cymbal on beat 1. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Let's start on bar 2 because without the crash cymbal, bar 2 is the bar that gets played. We're basically playing bass drum on all 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Snare drum on beats 2 and 4. And the right hand is playing 1, 2, and 3 on your lowest tom. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, and 2, and 3, 4. So it starts with the crash cymbal. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And then bar 4 we get our first little variation with the right hand moving around the toms. Now, Dom has a really interesting setup where he has 2 floor toms either side of him. He has some electronic pads in front as well. So it's always hard to tell, is that his medium tom or is that his high tom? That sort of stuff doesn't matter. So I've notated it as bar 4 there on the end of beat 3 is the high tom, but I'm going to use this tom in front of me because it's just easier to play this tom than that tom. Only slightly, but it doesn't matter the pitch as long as you go down the drums in pitches with C. So that 4th bar, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. The different bit there is and 4, and 4, and of course the bass drum's still playing on all 4 beats. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Yeah, it goes into a crash on the next line. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Next line, 3 more bars of that groove. And the 4th bar is just playing what we did, that drum fill a second ago, but twice. So we get 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So you can see the right hand is playing 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Relatively simple, but sounds really cool. Your right hand has to do a little bit of extra work there to get round the toms, but the tempo isn't so fast that you can't do that. And that's what Dom plays. So then we go into a bridge 1, I've called it, and we get a crash cymbal starting that line. But we'll go on to that in a second. For now, let me just play for you the first 2 lines of the intro without my microphone on so you can hear just the drums. Up to speed, here we go. So as I just mentioned, we then go on to bridge 1, the crash cymbal starts the line, then we just got 4 bars of rest. Into the second line where Dom comes back in with the first drum beat we played. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. Bar 4 though, slightly different, he plays an extra floor tom on the and of beat 3. 1, 2, and 3, and. Leading into 4 re-ander, 16th notes on the snare drum, right, left, 4 re-ander. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 re-ander, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 re-ander, 1 and 2, 3 and crash on the next line. 2 more bars of groove then for the third line. The fourth bar plays these stabs with the rest of the band. 1 and 2 and 3. So floor tom, next highest tom and bass drum together. 1, 2, 3. Down to the snare drum to play 3 and a 40 ands. Right, left, crash. The crash symbol there is on the and of beat 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 40 ands. We then go into the next bar, skip over beat 1, 1 and 2. And we get those 2 stabs there. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Rest of the bar is rested. So bars 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 40 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 40 and 1 and 2, 3. Bit faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 40 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and I forgot the bass drum there with the and 2. Doesn't matter. You might not have even heard the difference. So let me just play for you those 2 lines. Lines 2 and 3 at bridge 1 up to speed properly. So for the chorus, we've got 2 sections really. The first half of the chorus is our first drum beat. 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. That line ends with 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Gone over that. Second line, same thing. Fourth bar is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Exactly the same as we've gone over already. Then we get the second half of the chorus, and I only would have noticed this watching them play it live. Now Dominic starts to play 8th notes with the floor tom. So we're getting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and with the right hand on the floor tom. The left hand is going to be playing snare drum on 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we got some stabs, tom stabs to play with the left hand. So a little bit of left hand movement now. For the first bar, it's a 2-bar pattern. The first bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I have written that highest tom because I'm going to be using these 2 rack toms in front of me to play this part. So the highest tom, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3, 4. Your left hand's got to come up there. Second bar's the same, except 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4. Your left hand's playing 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Put those 2 bars together and we get our 2-bar pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and mid snare drum 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That's our 2-bar pattern for the second half of the chorus. The fourth bar, the last line, we get this drum fill. We start with the floor tom and bass drum like we're going into the bar normally. 1, then open hi-hat and snare drum. 2 and 3. Hi-hat closes on beat 2. 2 and 3. Floor tom comes down just for the and of beat 2, but you could play 2 and if you wanted to. I just noted when Dom was playing it live, he comes down on 3 only. 1 and 2 and. Then the same idea, and 4 and 1. So 2 lowest toms, 4 and. 3 and 4 and 1. And it goes into a crash where it stops again. So that bar slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So now let me play, well actually what I'll do is I'll do the next section first so we can get it in context. So go to page 2 briefly, bridge 2. Very simple, just snare drums on beats 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And I couldn't help but play it the way Dominic plays it live, alternating strokes. You could just play it with one hand to make it simpler. But underneath that, 1, 2, 3, 4, we've got some bass drums. So the second bar into the third bar, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. And 1 on the bass drum. Fourth bar, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And 1 is the next line. Bars 2 into bar 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. And then bars 3 and 4 just lead out with just the snare drum, no extra bass drums. Then we go into verse, I've written here verse 1, it should be, well, yes, it is technically verse 1 because the intro was verse, it doesn't matter. It is verse 1 on the chart. So let me now play for you, go back to page 1, the second half of the chorus, so lines 3 and 4, and then the whole of bridge 2 up to speed. So for verse 1, we're back to our first drum beat. And we've gone over the end of those two lines. It's and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and those two variations. Bridge 3 starts with a crash, 4 bars of rest. Then we come in with the same drum beat, 1, 2 and 3, 4. Bar 4 has the 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and the 1. In fact, that whole bridge 3 is exactly the same as bridge 1. It ends with 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. Exactly the same as we've gone over previously. Chorus 2, same structure as our first chorus. The first 2 lines of chorus 1. Basically our main drum beat. Page 3, chorus 2 continued. We get the extra 8th notes. 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Next line. Same stuff. The 4th bar, however, we get a classic Dominic Howard drum lick. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a signature lick that he likes to play a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're basically playing right, left, right foot, both foot. It's a grouping of 6 notes. Lots of fun. You can play it in triplets, of course, because it's a group of 6. But through 16th notes, it falls, starts on beat 1, then starts on the end of 2, and then beat 4 resolves it with a grouping of 4. So the actual orchestration, we're playing right, left, right foot, snare, and open hi-hat, which closes with the bass drum straight afterwards. That's our grouping of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it repeats, and a 3E and it ends with 4E and 4E and. So I'm just going down the tom. So again, I've notated it as 1E and 2, but I'm going to use this tom for all the stuff in front of me. 4E and 1 comes out like that. So we get, with the bass drum on beat 1 as well, notice, although you could miss that if you wanted to. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. That's slowly. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. Oops. That's a lot of fun to play. So then goes into bridge 4, starts with the crash cymbal, and we count 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th bar, we get this triplet on the floor tom. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now, it could be, I think it might be, you won't see this, but I've actually written it as right, left, right, bass drum, but it's actually right, left, right, bass drum with the floor tom. He doesn't separate those two, he plays the floor tom with beat 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 1. Triplets, added to 1, if you want to count them up to speed. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Next 2 bars, 1 and are just rested. Then the last 2 bars of that line, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. Second line, we get the second bar, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And these bars end with, this section ends with 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So exactly the same from that point, but then this time he plays 3 and 4 and. So we come out with those snare drums at the end. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. then we're into our final chorus. So before we do, let me play for you from the second line of chorus 2 continued, all the way through bridge 4. Here we go. So chorus 3 is exactly the same structure as our previous choruses. The first half, 2 lines, simple floor tom pattern. Second two lines 3 and 4 back to eighth notes on the floor tom with the extra toms being used. The difference is at the end of that chorus we've got another drum fill he plays. 1 and a 2 E and 1 and a 2 E, sorry. 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 3 E, so 16th note openings, and close or and a 3 E, the hi-hat closes on its own, and a 3 E, and then and a 4 E and a, just up to one of the rack toms and back down to the snare drum. So 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. 1 and a 2 E and 3 and a 4 E and a 1. Really cool when you speed it up. So then we go into the final section, bridge 5, 2 bars of rest. We come back in with our second half chorus drum beats. 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Then the very last bar of the song ends with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So and 3 and 4 normally, but then we just get an extra snare drum at the end. 4 and. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and that's how the song ends. So before we finish, let me now play for you the last line of chorus 3 so we can get that cool drum fill all the way to the end of the song. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions, feel free to email me, rob@drumsoftheword.com. Don't forget to download the full PDF drum chart from my website for free. You'll find a link beneath this video. And while you're at my website, you might want to consider signing up to become an online member. And what I currently offer for $97 is a full year's online access to every single full video song lesson I've ever recorded and transcribed. And that's coming up to almost 500 full song lessons. Just like this lesson, I teach you from start to finish, every single bar. You get the fully transcribed PDF drum chart. And I've got almost 500 full songs on the website already, including a load of other Muse lessons, probably about 10 full Muse songs by now. And I'm sure more will be added in the future. So if you're a Muse fan, you've got loads of Muse lessons over on the website already. As a thank you for signing up, I give you access to hundreds more little videos teaching you many, many famous drum beats, fills, and even drum solos. I give you 3 ebooks I've written over the years containing hundreds more famous fills, beats and solos. And then over the year of your subscription, you also gain instant online access to all the new material that I upload for my members. And I record new lessons every week unless I'm ill or on holiday. So you've got lots of cool stuff to look forward to over the year of your subscription. But if you've got any questions about any of that, then feel free to email me, rob@drumsoftheword.com. And until our next drum lesson together, doodle pip and happy drumming to you.